Well, South Australia overwhelmingly voted against a federal voice to Parliament at last year's referendum. Now, more than 90% of its First Nations voters have chosen not to cast their ballot for the state's voice.
The steps of Parliament House were once full with support for a state voice. That support failed to make it to the polls.
This was really an opportunity for First Nations people to come and have a say on things that matter to them.
Approximately 30,000 First Nations people in South Australia were asked to decide the 46 members of the state's local voices on March 16. 12 of them will form the state voice to Parliament.
I'm over the moon, I guess. I think for me, sort of being passionate about my community, being heavily engaged and involved with community, to have them vote for me and I guess see value in what I can do.
Final votes were counted on March 28, revealing 8.73% of eligible voters used their own voice.
I'm not shocked that a lot of people didn't know about it because there wasn't a whole lot of media coverage on it, which is quite disappointing. This is the next best thing, I feel, to take affirmative action and actually step into a space where we can influence, a white colonial government.
46% of South Australians rejected a voice at the national level in the 2023 referendum. Elected member Douglas Clinch says the low turnout does not reflect the opinion of the state voice in First Nation communities.
The conversations that I've had with my community and family members, there's a real desire to have a voice, but I think it's a very complex issue in that a lot of Aboriginal people probably prior to the referendum were not enrolled to vote, probably had very little engagement with political processes. As we grow momentum around these things, people might start to understand, how a process like this can actually make a difference in their life. And, hopefully through that, you grow trust, you grow, you get that buy-in from community.
South Australia became the first jurisdiction to legislate a First Nations voice to Parliament, the government committing over $10 million to the advisory body across 4 years.
What we're doing right now isn't working, so I think the voice is a chance to actually do something different.
The elected members will be inducted in April. Monique van der Hayden, Sky News Adelaide.